Here we are, boys. Wilbert's U-Pull bath, not a sponsor. Row 27. Here's row 27. Should be an 09 Equinox. Oh, is this it? Are we literally just outside the door? Oh, that's a 15. We gotta find an 09 Equinox that we can rob our injectors out of. Got Equinox right here. 1, 2, 3 of them. That one's a 10. This one's an 11. That one's a 14. No beans. We gotta find a 7 to 9, or 5 to 9. 2005 to 09. Good thing it's not the one we need. The injectors are gone. We found it, boys. 09. Supposedly it's only been in the yard 11 days. It's got some fresh picking done on it. Somebody robbed the fuse box. We just met a fan. Just loves us, he says. Just loves us. That's nice. That's nice. Let's see. Well, I guess before we get too hot wild, let's look and see. I got our toolkit with us. Make sure these don't look like some kind of weird counterfeits. Well, I don't see any. I mean, there's no obvious, like, you know, F number on there like there was on the other one. Somebody's done some fancy wiring here on the coolant sensor. Well, for what it's worth, let's just go ahead and go junkyard style on this thing and rip and tear. Get out what we need. Stand up on tires. I got this thing jacked up in the air. I have to move you guys because I need some of the tools over here. Okay, here we go. We'll try to save some parts for the next guy in case he needs something. Try not to be a complete scumbag when we go to the junkyard. Rip and tear and break everything, but sometimes there is collateral damage. There's that. Our PCB. Oh, where's their 10 mil? There's one. We did bring some power tools. We're not total cavemen. That one's no longer 10. All we got is 12-point stuff with us, boys. We might be screwed. Frick, here's a guy who doesn't think. This is 6-point, but we need an adapter. And we got one. Today's our lucky day. That's our EGR tube. Some kind of coolant pipe here on the end of the throttle body. It's all the way over here. Oh, we might have to cut those hoses. anything to unhook the fuel line. Idiot!
There it is.
Yeah, it's just a, whoa, easy dude. It's just the water pipe that runs over. Okay. All right, that's it. We're pretty much done. Scoot that back. We'll have to be a little more civilized when we do it for real. Oh, that's a big one. Got a big one. Who's got a big one? This alternator does. Oh, look at that. The bracket from the alternator comes around here and hooks on the intake. Like so. We'll stick that in your box in case somebody's looking for it someday. A little treasure hunt down here. Stick that one in there. Boom. Got the brake booster hose here. Somebody might need that someday. All right. Is that all we got, boys? Coil. Coil, coil, coil. Hopefully we don't have to give it the classic reach around. Come on, man. Oops, dropped the bolt. Oopsie. Down in the airbox. There it is. Ooh, she's sludgy. That right there. It looks like the OG. She looks like a virgin down here. I'll be honest with you. All right, let's set this inside the vehicle in case somebody needs it. You guys still with me? Can you see? Oh, you can see. It's too bright out here. I can't see what you can see, so we'll figure it out when we edit it. Got my Wilbert shirt on today. Coming in clutch. Couple of hold downs. One big jabroni connector in the back. We didn't bring a trim tool, so we'll have to use the next best thing right here. Boy, I really wish I had a blow nozzle. This almost looks like a blow nozzle. Oh yeah, full douche. Micro Mist Superior Lubricant. Not a sponsor. Of course, it was just whatever I grabbed off my toolbox. I did remember to bring my little lady, I call it. Hey there, my little lady. It's called a lady's foot, that's why we call it that. Well, I did some GDI injectors the other day in a Chevy, if you can imagine that. And those mother lovers were stuck. Dude, I never had some come out as hard as I have them like that in my entire life. I'm disappointed I did not bring a tool. Well, here's to hoping somebody doesn't need this fuel line, and if they do, they're gonna have to get it off something else. Ah! Still had fuel pressure in it. Ah, my eyes! Oh, smells fresh too. That's even better. See, smells fresh. Got that scooted right out of the way. Got a cam sensor we got to unplug. Oh no, come on. There you go. Yes. Yes, ma'am. Alright, we got everything unplugged. Oh, we got the map sensor here. Okay. So there is all of our injectors. Oh, look at that. They got a GM part number on them. Imagine that. So I think it would probably be wise to just leave them right in the rail. Let's make sure we can find all of our other parts and pieces here. I did not bring a pick, but we need to get the little tips for our injectors and stuff, because we're not going to be able to salvage anything off the crappy used ones, because they're probably different. Okay, let me see what I can do. This guy didn't bring a pick. Oh, sugar, this isn't going to work. Nope, they're frickin' dropping right down in the intake. Shoot. I need those little plastic tips. The O-rings we can buy. Dang it all to heck, I don't want to pull the intake. I'm not going to pull the intake. This sucks. Like I say, I doubt the aftermarkets are any good. Dang it. You don't really need that plastic end piece, but it is what holds the O-ring on. Let me look. I'm going to look at the aftermarket O-ring seal kits, see if they come with it. I doubt that they do. Shoot. Stand by, folks. No beans, boys. All they come with is just the O-rings, which I anticipated was going to be the answer. So we're on to round number 2. We're going to try to be a little more civilized, and at least between the two of these we should be able to make one, right? That's what I'm hoping for. That's on my hopes and dreams list. Usually if you just wiggle them around like this, get some lube working down there, usually they'll be friendly. taken out a lot of injectors in my day, and that's typically it. Little lube, let it wiggle, get the job done. It's like a reality TV show at this point. We're not going to have to sell the business after all, because we've got 3 of them. What I was hoping for is, so on the end of these, there's this little plastic ring that's pressed on there. And that's what we need. We need that to be on there, to stay on there. Let's see, let's make ourselves a complete wrap out of the parts that we have. Okay? Is this video getting stupid at this point or what? It's like Junkyard Wars. I wish they'd bring that show back. Who's with me on that, huh? Junkyard Wars. Perhaps the best show on TV. Bow, bow, bow. Wiggle, wiggle. Put this on our good injector. All right. Get that in there before the O-ring gets too fat. If you know, you know. Put our clip on there. All right, so we need to make sure that we know who's who here. Let's make sure they're the same part number. We got the Bosch logo on them, Bosch part number. Okay, so they are the same number, so I'm not worried about mixing them up. Which, according to the interchange, they should have been. Dropped an O-ring. Doesn't matter, we'll yank one out of here. There's that one, and we got one last one here, boys. This one right here, which we're going to take this one and exchange it with that. There's that one. Let's do the exchange. It's like a hostage exchange. See if she comes out with the O-ring on it. Probably not. These ones are the ones that usually stick. Oh, frick. She made it to the floor. That's good. Oh. Steal this O-ring. Put it on there where she's still slippery. There's that. There's that. One complete set. Found some paper towels in the car, which is handy. Usually you can find some McDonald's hankies, but this had a whole roll of moldy towels. Got some gas on there. Just make sure everybody's cool before we leave here. Hey man, are you cool? Yeah, it doesn't look like any of the plastic discs are cracked, so the problem is, I told you that, like, oh, it doesn't really, not really necessary, but in this case it is. This intake's wide open. She's a wide open all the way to the bottom. Let's do this. I went and picked up my screwdriver. Let's take this little guy with us, because this one looks pretty intact. I mean, the poly loom's kind of falling off here. which most of these vintage Chevrolets, it's a pretty common ordeal. That sits like that. Let me show you a little trick me ma taught me. Learned this back in Nam. Improvise, adapt, and overcome, folks. I took a piece of the hose clamp, you wiggle it off, you turn it into a circle, boom, custom made fuel line disconnect tool. Not that we could have waited, you know, we could have done that at the shop, but always try to learn something. We just learned something. You forgot your fuel line disconnect tool for Wilberts, you pull it, hose clamp, that's all you need. There, we made it. Woo! All right, we got all 6 of the good ones for cheaper than the set of the non-good ones. So yeah, we got a good deal. Wilberts is a great place to go. I can answer the question as to, people ask all the time when we go to Wilberts, you pull it a bath, how in the thunder can people afford to pay me to go to Wilberts? And I've answered it on a few other occasions, but I'll answer it again. They can afford it because A, it's only literally 2 minutes from my shop, so there's not a lot of travel time. And B, I just, you know, something like this, we just charge by the hour. It's not a big deal. Let's say we got an hour into this thing, coming here, getting them, going back to the shop. Okay, so that's realistic. It's 90 bucks for the guy. That's less money, including buying it, plus the cost of the injectors. It's still less money than one OEM injector, so it's savings in my opinion. All right, follow up for you folks. Let's see here, get to where you guys can hear me. So McCoy and I put the injectors there from the Wilberts. You pull it, not a sponsor. Everything went well. These were the crappy Amazon, eBay injectors. We've got it running. We got good switching on our front O2, rear O2 is alive and well. More importantly, our fuel trims are back within fuel control, so we're within 10%. The only downside is our mass airflow, I think we mentioned in the first video, is over-reporting. However, they've got your classic Amazon, eBay mass airflow in there also. You guys probably can't see it, but it's some crappy aftermarket. If I noticed that originally, I would have grabbed one from Wilberts, but I didn't. So sue me. So it could use that. If we did that, our fuel trims would be perfect because we would drop this down about 1 gram per second, and then our fuel trims would be 100%, be right about 0. Used car guy, gonna let him do what he wants to do with it. At this point, it'll run and pass the monitor without an issue. Changing oil would definitely be helpful too, particularly running that rich for who knows how long. That's it, folks. More of the story. Quit using the crappy eBay and Amazon parts on your car. If an injector is $50 for a set of 6, or $80 for a set of 6, and the OEM one from the dealer is $150 or $180, and the deal sounds too good to be true, it is. Trust me. We see this stuff all the time, folks. Customers coming in, cars littered full of these crappy parts. Started with one problem, which was probably easily fixable. In most cases it is. And then they put on all of these aftermarket stuff that they can get because they get on the Google, they get on YouTube and think if I can do it, you can do it, which is true. But use a little bit of common sense, folks. If the deal's too good to be true, it is. There's a ton and a ton and a ton of scams out there with these crappy, you know, parts. So just use your noodle. All else fails, buy OEM. Don't get OEM online. Get it from a brick and mortar store so you're not getting scammed, not getting ripped off. So just use some common sense, folks. That's all I gotta say. You have a nice day.